Welcome to the Daily Coffee Pro friends. I hope you've had an amazing week. If you're listening to this on a podcast app, I hope you have had a great weekend and you have an amazing week ahead of you. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Elixir Specialty Coffee. Check out the show notes below for links to our sponsors. Today on the Daily Coffee Pro, we are going to be talking about a subject that rules my life and is something that I'm highly passionate about, and it's the idea of build the life you choose. And it's not just build the life you choose, it's build the life, career, business, mind, body, everything you choose. And this is really important to me, particularly because for a long time in my life I wasn't aware of this idea that, hey, if my life is built up of a bunch of choices, it means that I can decide if I'm choosing more of the same or if I'm going to choose different. And this idea today, talking about it today, is inspired by a photo that I saw on Instagram today of a ballerina. And go check it out either on our Mapper Forward Instagram page at iMapperForward, on my personal Instagram at Lisa Farr, or at the sponsors Instagram at Elixir Specialty Coffee. All of them have the same photo with different posts. And what it is of a ballerina and just her feet. And one of the feet has her ballet shoe on and just looks like what a beautiful ballet foot should look like, on point. Whereas the other one has the ballet shoe off, and what you see is all the cuts and the scars and the broken toenails and the pain. It's really indicative of all the pain that goes into having to stand on point as a ballerina. And the analogy behind the picture, it's a meme, and it says everybody wants to, and I'm paraphrasing here, everybody wants to have the, get to the end goal and do the real fun stuff, but very few people are prepared to put in the work to make it happen. It's oh so true. It's this idea of, it's really lovely to have this idea of, oh, I'm going to make millions of dollars, or I want to be a music artist, or I want to open my own cafe. I want to be a roaster and have my own roastery and fuck having a boss, or I want to do insert big dream here. What people don't realize is what you're saying when you decide you want to have these huge adventures is, I want to know everything I never wanted to learn about myself. Because without a doubt, when we go on these vision quest kind of journeys, every ounce of fear that exists in you is going to get uncovered eventually. Beginner's luck is definitely a thing, but your path that is ahead of you is going to consist of everything that you choose to bring into your path. And a lot of the time that sucks. It really does. And you can ask anybody who's tried to go into business. You can ask anyone who's tried to have a music career, anyone who tries to release a fashion label, or even go on in the endeavor of having an extraordinary career. None of these extraordinary journeys are easy, and it's why most people don't get to the end goal, is because what's actually required to get to the point where you feel like you have arrived, most people don't have it in them. Most people don't have it in them to live on the poverty line while they're building their business. Most people don't have it in them to get outside of their comfort zone and go and network. They don't have it in them to come up with an idea and have the confidence to put that song out there, or to roast that coffee differently, or to challenge the status quo, because what if nobody is going to like what I do? Well, I guarantee you most people aren't going to like what you do if it's innovative. If it's disruptive and innovative, most people are not going to like what you do. Accept it. But it's hard. It's super fucking hard to accept that. And this is where building the life that you choose and going on the difficult journey that it takes to have an extraordinary life. And extraordinary means different for different people. For some people, having an extraordinary life means having the courage to move out of their hometown and move to a city. And that's an extraordinary life. And it is an extraordinary life because it is so different from your ordinary. That makes it extraordinary. You get to decide what extraordinary means to you. But if you decide to be your version of extraordinary, be prepared for what's ahead of you. And if you have what it takes, despite the fact that it's going to show you everything you never wanted to know about yourself, despite the fact that it's going to uncover all your vulnerabilities, despite the fact that it's going to make you feel uncomfortable every day of your life, despite the fact that people are going to challenge you and tell you that you'll never get there and that you're not worth it, and you telling that to yourself, and despite all of that, do it anyway. Do it anyway for as long as you can do it. Because what it will do is it will rewire the way that you think about yourself. It will rewire the way that you think about the world. Your brain chemistry will change. You will start to see the strength and courage that you have, and you won't see it till later. Because while you're in the thick of the clusterfuckery of doubting yourself and not knowing if you can do it, and then somehow tomorrow you wake up and do it again, it's not until you've created a journey and you have the luxury of looking back to how difficult the last couple of years were and knowing that you survived them. It's not until you get to that point that you can take the strength that comes from that journey so far that says to you, well, fuck, if I made it this far, I can make it another couple of years. And then you get another couple of years. And before you know it, you're 10 years in. And you're living this extraordinary life where you tried 2 or 3 businesses, or you tried to climb up this corporate ladder, or you tried to help someone open a cafe, or you tried whatever it is you're looking at trying again and again and again. And you've come to realize, oh, shit, this has taught me that I can do hard shit. And the greatest win that you get from that is knowing that you can do hard shit. And nobody can take that from you. Nobody will ever be able to say to you, you can't do the things that are hard in life. And if there's anything at all that you should learn about yourself and a life skill that you should teach yourself, because nobody can teach it to you, it's learning how to do the hard shit. It really is. And once you can do that, you can survive anything. And so I want to encourage you to start with something small yet extraordinary about your life. And take a moment to consider, well, what would my life look like if I chose to go on the journey to achieve this one small, hard yet extraordinary endeavor? Whether it be in my career or in a business or in life. And then just think about how you'll get there. And know that it will be infinitely harder than you think, but that's fine. You'll just figure out how to get there one step after the other. Remember, there was a time in your life where doing things like learning how to walk weren't a reality, but you just did it. You learnt how to do it. You just learnt how to do it. And now you don't even think about it. Peace, love, and peanut butter, friends. Have an amazing rest of your day.